Hello miners, welcome to Rusty Miner, and we are going to be taking a look at part 2 of my Civivi knife collection. The first video was going to run a little extra long. Now I have before me about 15 knives. One you can't see, it's off screen here, and with these knives I have ranked them in order of my personal preference. Now this one, you would think would rank higher than it does for me. It does for the community, is the Civivi Shredder. Now you can see I got horrible alignment out of this, and I stripped the screw here, the hole. I do have the, bearings for that, a new pivot. So I'm going to get that replaced and get that fixed up. But this is ultimately one of the thinnest knives out there. So very, very, very slicey. Deployment wise, sure, I tell you that, and then I can't deploy it, but it has multiple deployments, and a lot of people like this. Came with other color options with like red or black underneath of it. This one is not so fancy, doesn't make anybody's list. I did dye this, and I've got this petrified fish clip, and I like it. It's got the stone cut, stone wash, clip point, blade, nice ergos, and 9 CR. So if you're into this kind of just a flipper, the one thing about it, it's a flipper only. Great action, little bit not as good on the lock bar access, however better than some of the models I've had. You can see that frame through there, see that ladder, that's kind of cool. I bought it in natural G10. Now this one's on the list. This was you had to purchase a knife. It's a Blade HQ kind of exclusive, and so this is only on there because of the quantity, the availability of this. You can go to eBay and get this knife for I don't know, haven't been tracking the prices. I've seen some of them for $100 way back when, but I think they're settling in at $40 range. But who knows what the future will bring. D2 steel, very similar to your mini Praxis. That's called a Scintilla, and you spell that with S-C-I-N-T. Okay, here's the large Asticus, and this one was kind of hot before I got into the market. Look at that. So I can see why. It's a D2 blade steel. They just put these, the G10 is just kind of like a cover. It just goes on top. You got your liners are exposed. Large knife. And yeah, got the traditional. So this is an early version of what your Civivi knives were doing. So that's a special one for me. You're not going to find this. So these are going to be hard to find. And this one, this is a Dylan Mallory. This is called the Hadros. And this has that 10 CR. If you watch my previous video, I have high expectations for 10 CR blade steel. Got the Dylan Mallory designer logo. Just an amazing Warncliffe. Hollow ground, I want to say. Check out the micarta on this. Fantastic. Top grade stuff right there. I would have bought more of these, but lock bar access, not the best. Maybe you like it, maybe not. If you're just using it, pull it out and use it, that's perfect, because you won't care. But if you're a fidgeter, you know, your thumb gets sore doing all this. I had to pick up some Elijah Isham. I haven't done a video on this one yet. Who knows when I'll release this video. but this is an Anthropos, a D2 steel. It's an earlier Civivi model. I picked up the one with the blue carbon fiber on top, and when I got it, I was so happy because I was like, cool, I never thought it would look like that from the top view. So check out the review if you want to learn more. This is just, I got to keep these videos short. Where are we at? Oh, the Plethirous. Yeah, another Elijah Isham. Very happy to have some of his knives in my collection. And just a mean snake look, like serpent looking thing. Very, very slicey. Both these two extremely, extremely slicey. Very happy to have them in the collection. This one was the only color choice I had was green. The tan was gone, the black on black. I could color this, dye this black. I'm thinking about trying yellow on there and maybe getting like an olive zombie green, something, who knows, might be kind of cool. I have dyed this. This was a Civivi Keen Nadder. It came in this natural micarta, and I have a feeling if I handle this one a lot, we're going to get a darker blue, but this is dyed in blue, and like my other Keen Nadder, very slicey, and $400 action. Oh my God. And yes, we still have strong lockup. So fantastic. I rate this one. They were charging $70 for those, and they are $70. Worth $7. They're N690 blade steel, which I happen to like. I also like the Wyverns, and the three you see before you, I did buy, and I dyed them. So you can go back and check out what they are. But this reminds me of a Wee Drakon, Drakon. Check out the video. Wee Drakons are high dollar. They would be made of titanium dragon scales, and of course something like S35 or M390 blade steel, and they'll run you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They're discontinued now, so it's kind of a market, whatever you can find somebody to pay for. But fantastic. I did a very happy with my dye job, especially on this one. This one is one of my favorite knives. So I would probably move it ahead of the knife that comes after this, as you'll see in Elementum. Okay. Like I said, there's videos out on my Civivi Wyvern. Next up, this is the Civivi Elementum Tanto. It's in S35. I bought this off of Blade HQ, so it was a Blade HQ exclusive. Came with this jade, and I may try this clip on it. This is a lynch clip made for the Civivi Elementums, and it's titanium, and I think a knife like this is deserving of a titanium clip. So I think I will put that on there. Very sharp. And the Elementum is one of Civivi's most iconic knives. Now, I like the Dogma, and so I ended up picking up two of these. This is the Dogma in Damascus, and of course, they made a lot of Dogmas in Damascus, but it's got the carbon fiber with G10 overlay. This would be considered the white. They did make a blue, which actually, this looks blue, but they have, it's actually more recognizable as blue. Love how that Damascus pairs with that handle. You do see I put on a Civivi titanium clip. And same knife. What do we have here? Put on the clip from my Miguron Moiraro. So, yep, that's right. I took it off my Moiraro, whatever that is. These are hard to get, and I've seen them bring $150. So, you know, you just never know. You put it out there, what somebody might pay, but hard to find. And that brings me to what once was my Grail knife, and that's this wee mini buster, and that's a Snex knife. And I'll talk to you, you just saw it right there, why I don't really like this knife. Snex, and I love almost everything about this. I love the titanium. I love how he did this bronze, where he went around on these edges. Just all the milling that went into this, including, you can see it down there. Look at that. Look at that back spacer. Woo! Isn't that cool? That's cat's meow cool. Bronze hardware. What it does, gives it that worn look. You can see right there. Did a free spinning pivot on purpose. Ergo, fantastic. 20 CV blade steel. One thing I don't necessarily like, it's pretty thick. And it's thick for a reason, because the Mini Buster is a coconut chopper designed to open up coconut. It's got a DLC coating, I want to say. He does some everything in threes. He's got 3 sets of jimps on there. And the innovation on this one is the detent is actually a peg. You can see it. Hopefully we can see it under there. And it's immediately, you're on top. You're past the detent. We follow it around, and your detent, your detent is actually, there's no hole drilled for that to overcome. The blade has to get past that. That makes it a little bit tough, coupled with the fact that the flipper tab is very low profile. So you need to make sure you are on it. And once you do that, this thing is breaking in. I should carry it more. But then, then we're getting into paid $250 brand new for this. Full length backspacer. And that's about it, guys. Oh, I do want to show you. I think somewhere along the lines I came across a wee flannel wipe. So happy to have that. That's going to go with my Mini Buster. I think you just traditionally, you get a tan one. You guys have probably seen the tan wipes, chamois type color. So this one's awesome. And we're going to wrap it up. I don't have a timer in front of me. Oh, I do. Yep, we're long-winded. Thanks for hanging with the miner.